Hello everyone, my name is Bree and welcome to Documented Journey. Today is day 21 of Create December and the word today or the prompt today is throwback. So what I thought I would do is I would kind of take you, a little walkthrough of the progression of my journals, what I've used, what I'm probably going to be using for 2019. And so let's start with this one. How do you like this cover? I used to do this to most of my journals. So this is kind of how my journal looked in the beginning. I would draw, by the way, I still have this mug. I would draw things, I would sketch things, all that. I have some pages like flagged so that way I can flip to them easily. I used to have these cards and I would hand them to my husband and he would write on them for me. Like this one, he accidentally spilt coffee. So I just went ahead and painted a spilt coffee. And then he wrote, "I am clumsy and you are coordinated and graceful." Just things like that. I have flipped through this more in depth on my channel somewhere. I think it's like one of the first videos that I've ever done, but I can link it in the description box for you. This is kind of where sketching all started for me in this journal, and that is why I picked this one to start with. This is when I took the Sketchbook Delight class by Alyssa Burke, and I just started sketching all the things. So supplies, my love for sketching supplies started there. I also did this thing where any post on Instagram that I posted, because that's when Instagram just came out, then I would sketch it, and I had a lot of fun doing that. Just little things like this, some urban sketching a little bit. When we went to the coffee shop, this was actually in my old house in the Midwest. We had a wood burning fireplace. This is very first start of like me sketching hair. So this is kind of like, you can see that my style kind of originated from here. And I write little things to myself, like not proud of this. This sketchbook was in 2012. So, and it's kind of like spiral bound, if you have ever had one, can like kind of crimp up on you. So I eventually switch. I did decorate this. This is a stencil through, what is it, molding paste, and the molding paste was colored. So, but yeah, so let's see. In this book, I wanted to show you this one because I did a ton of sketches like this. This was my dog. He passed away actually, but a lot of sketching, and I still added photos back then, washi tape, but a lot of pencil sketches, and I did do some mixed media. This is watercolor and a stencil, and this is molding paste and watercolor, and this is watercolor paper that I glued on top. Just things like that. Oh, I think I might have missed one. No, maybe not. I really liked this page, so I wanted to show you guys. It's very mixed media type. I have things glued on, watercolored, some sprays and things like that. I totally missed a page. There was one that I really wanted to show you. Oh, this one right here. This is kind of where my love for ballpoint pen started. This was the very first time I ever did a ballpoint pen sketch. So I'm used to just doing graphite. And this was, I think, the first time that I did watercolor too. Not so good, but this one turned out really well. So yeah, this is kind of where it started. Okay, that was that one. Again, same thing, stencils, acrylic paint in this one. I do the back too. Sorry, I didn't show you. I don't think I did the back on this one. Nope, just the front. So, what happened was I probably took these covers completely off. Let's see if I have photos in here. I took them completely off. I painted them all. Yeah, I painted it, and then I bound it back on, like, how you can rebind them. And same thing here, see? So I probably stuck them together like this without the spiral, and I worked on them. Let's see. Yeah, I didn't paint the inside of these, probably because they're a slick surface. But here again, ballpoint pen sketch. watercolor. This is a picture that I found off Pinterest, so it's not my thing. I just wanted to see how I could go about like adding crazy colors to a face. This is a friend of mine, her child, just me playing. This is done on watercolor paper, so it's real thick and kind of hard to work with when you're doing pencil sketches. I didn't go into much of the ballpoint pen in this one. I kind of hurried through this journal because of how thick the pages were, but that was that one. I moved into a Hobonichi cousin because I found Draw My Day, and I absolutely love doing this. It was a lot of work. You can see some days I didn't try very hard, but then other days I have spreads in here that I worked really hard on. It was my journal, it was my, my sketchbook, it was everything. I did have this kind of style without the faces and everything, and I did really like this. But as much as it is to sketch out little things and make them cartoon, I really wanted to try something more realistic. So after I finished the Hobonichi, I didn't really actually finish it. I did Create December, and then I stopped, or not Create December. What is this? Inktober in here, and then I just stopped. I didn't even finish these, and they're penciled on. So, but that was my Hobonichi cousin. And this I wanted to show you because there's some do's and don'ts that I will do. Well, whatever. If you notice this, how thick it is here, and then how thick it is down here, there's a reason for that. I put washi tape on every single bottom page of this notebook. I did that because I didn't like the wasted space down here. I won't do that again because it just bulked up my journal. This is how I used it. I journaled, like I used it like a journal. I did kind of do a Draw My Day sometimes in here, but for the most part, I used it as a journal, and I really liked the Avec. So, but however, I moved on to something like this because I wanted to try different paper, I guess. I don't really know why I switched over, but in here, I did a lot of these, which were like draw my weeks kind of thing. I picked one thing throughout the week per day. So maybe one day my kids were like obsessed with these fruit snacks. So I drew those. We went to the library one day. I had an art show. I was in love with this pen. My husband got the drone, just things like that. One thing per week, about 5 things or so that I drew. This was my son's book bag, and it was his first day of preschool, like all these things. I did a lot of drawing like my week in here. So, and then it's progressed to what you guys see now. I've been in my field notes for, I don't know, since June. And I still do draw my days a little bit. I do sketch like random things in here. This is kind of what it's turned into, and I'm really liking it. This was the last spread that I did in here. And I really like the size. I like the smaller sizes. So yeah, I really hope that you enjoyed this little flip through of my past journals, like the little throwback. Your journals evolve, and this is kind of the direction that I'm going. So for 2019, and I will be doing a future video on this, these are my 2 journals. This is going to be my illustrated journal where I practice all the sketching, and this is going to be my written journal. Now this is a Hobonichi, and it is the English version, and it is an A6, and it's not an Avec. So I thought that in this one I will just be writing like I did at the beginning. I just won't be adding the beginning of this one. I just won't be adding the washi tape at the bottom because obviously it does get real fat real quickly, and I didn't add that at the top, and so you can see the difference. I'm excited for this. I've kind of started a little bit already just by putting in some like information and putting some stickers on here and putting in some like little bits that I enjoy. So it's just going to pretty much be pen and paper. And then here's where I get to play. So this is my evolution of journals, my throwback, kind of like where I'm going. I'm forever changing, and so is my style, and so is my journaling. So I hope that you guys take a little bit and say, yep, I'm here and I know where I'm going next. And I hope that it inspires you to journal all your bits because your life matters. And until next time, everybody, I'll see ya.